Good morning, this is Carlton with Carlton's Travel Adventures. Another beautiful day in Medellin. So let's wrap up the week and talk about how we did, okay? So on Monday, I given you guys a little exercise. I'm gonna invest in three stocks, and I did pick some risky ones on purpose. Risky stocks have a way of swinging great to the positive or swinging to the negative. And I'm more focusing on people who don't know how to invest. I've got a lot of guys watch my channel, have not been in the market before. I'm trying to teach them. You know, I'm not worried about the experts. You guys have already been in the market for years and years. You already know this stuff, okay? I'm trying to focus on teaching younger guys that come into the market recently or always wanted to come into the market and try to understand, okay? So I'm also hoping that some of you guys made some money last week, you know, in Nikola. Let's go. I had three stocks. One was Nikola, the new truck company, and I bought 200 shares, and I think I got them at $59 a share. And I got that was $57 a share. That was 11,400. We had 200 shares of Norwegian Cruise Line. That was $5,000. We have 200 shares of GUSH. It's basically an oil and gas ETF, risky one again. I chose it on purpose, and that was $64 a share. That was $12,800 for a grand total of, we invested $29,200 on Monday, okay? Let's see how they did. Now, you know we had a big swing in the market on Thursday when it dropped about 1,800 points, okay? That's a big swing, all right? And I'm glad it happened for my exercise, all right? So we'll see what happened after we took that big hit. Recovered a little bit on Friday, but not most of it, all right? So let's see. So what closed Friday? Friday, Nikola closed at 64, okay? So that now, nice positive of about $1,400 profit, up to $12,800. Norwegian Cruise Line took a hit. I did own Nikola. I still do own Norwegian Cruise Line. I do not own GUSH, okay? So I bought I bought Norwegian Cruise Line at 25.13. It shot down to about $17 a share in a rounded number. And I bought more, okay? So it finished it came back a little bit on Friday, finished at, I think, 21. So we lost about $800 on Norwegian Cruise Line. I think it's gonna still go up. All right, look, we're investing for the future. You know, we're not day trading. I don't day trade. If I see opportunities like Nikola, I'll jump on, speculate and driving the price up. Nothing wrong with jumping on and get some quick money, okay? But we gotta teach you guys to trade for the long term, especially young cats in the 20s and the 30s. Think about long term. Don't think about speculating and day trading. You don't know enough for that yet. Leave that to the expert. Guys doing it for 20 years, okay? All right, so GUSH, I think we bought GUSH at $64 a share, and it went down to, I think, 42. So we lost 4,400 on GUSH, okay? Nice hit, which is good. All right, so ended up with a net loss of 3,800. So we started with our portfolio at 29,200, ended up with at 25,400, or 13% decrease. Okay, now, not a great week. That was mostly due to Thursday when the market tanked. Nothing wrong with that. To me, 13% is not a big deal. But some of you guys who just entered the market, it's a big deal. You lost, $4,000 or whatever. Look, if you're looking long term, it is not a big deal to me. That's why I bought more Norwegian Cruise Line. If you drop down to 10, I'll buy more again, okay? Looking at long term. This virus stuff is not going to be around with us around here forever, okay? We're going to solve it. Could be a year from now, we're going to solve it. And you want to invest for the future. You invest for 5 years from now, even 10 years from now. In your 20s, 30s, don't worry about these swings, okay? I think market comes back. I still believe the market can take another dip, the 2,000 point dip. It could, all right? But don't be caught up in this Dow also. People overemphasize the Dow Jones, okay? There's still plenty of stock I can name that went up when the Dow took a hit, all right? Individual stocks are more important than looking at the Dow. It's a good parameter. People love looking at it. Individual stock are more important than looking at the Dow, okay? So if you're brand new to this and you say to yourself, okay, Carlton, you suck. You lost 13% this week. I think I did great. Even with the big 1,800 drop on the Dow, I am happy with the week. I think that some of you guys emailed me and told me, well, responded on my website and told me, my YouTube, you made money on Nikola, and you should have made money on Nikola. I told you before, hogs get slaughtered, right? If you bought in from last Friday in the 30s, you could have sold in the 80s, okay? Don't get greedy, you know? If you bought every Monday, you could have still made $10, $12 a share or more, okay? What's wrong with that? You have a stock for less than a week, you can make $10, $12, $15 a share on that. That is great, okay? And then you dump it. It's speculative. I'm still shocked it's so high at 64. I am a little bit shocked it's so high at 64. I would not get back in. My personal opinion, I wait for it to hit about 30. It might not hit 30, but if it hits, I'm not going back into it. If it hits 30, I'm in big time and hold it for the next year and a half and see what happens, okay? Me, it's too high to hold long term. Like I said, I'm not a day trader. I'm not an in and out guy. I'm long term, okay? So, wrap up the week. Good exercise. I'm going to keep watching it over the next week and follow it and see what the deal is. And I might also switch up to some other stock next week, okay? You guys should watch those airline stock, watch the cruise ship stocks. This stuff is not going to be with us forever. We're going to get over this COVID-19 stuff. I guarantee you, all right? They're going to produce a vaccine. And so those stocks are still pretty cheap. We missed the low. I wish I'd gotten Norwegian at $7 a share. Imagine what it would be, profit would be if you got it at $7, $8 a share, okay? And maybe went down to $7.80, rounded up to 7 or something. And the airline stock, that went down so much. I went into energy, you know, but I had a buddy who went into the airline and cruise ship. Can't miss back then, okay? It might take a year to come back, 2 years to come back. Nothing wrong with that. Hold on to it. Hold on to these shares. These industries will come back. COVID-19 will go away, all right? You're investing for long term. Listen to me, long term, okay? Even if it's 5 years, if you're in the 20s or 30s, so what? So what, okay? And speaking of COVID-19, look into those pharmaceutical stock, you know? Look into the pharmaceutical stock that all trying to produce, you know, some kind of cure or vaccination for COVID-19. There's a ton of them out there. I don't own these, so I'm just telling you, there's NERV, CHMA, EVOK, ENDP, you know, so there's a lot. You can do research yourself. Look for pharmaceutical stock. Look for the database that shows when all these guys are going to be reporting on the findings of what they're working on, the cure they're working on. You know, there's a site out there, I forgot, I have it somewhere here, that tells you the USDA, is it USDA? I forgot the correct terminology, when they all report on the various things they're working on as far as vaccine and so forth. If one of them announced they have a really, really good cure or really close to it, these stock could take off, just take off. And the one last week took, I think might have been IMNA, don't quote me on this, look it up, it might have been IMNA, that went up 1,000% last week and came back down. Day traders had a field day. Had a field day on this stuff, okay? So look at those stocks. Those stocks sometimes are very cheap because they're speculative, okay? You can buy 2 or 3 of these things. I think one's at $57, 57 cents a share. One's at maybe 18, 19. One's at $6 or $3 a share. They're all kind of, speculative. They're small companies. working on various cures for COVID-19 and other things. These pharmaceutical stock, they will take off if there's an announcement that they found a cure for cancer, for epilepsy, or COVID-19. They will take off like crazy. They can go from $3 a share up to $30 a share in a period of a day or two if they announce something really spectacular, a new discovery. So don't overlook those stocks. Look into them. Look at the announcement date. Some of these are announcing June 18th. Took notes, my own little notes. June 18th, June 20th, July 5th. Different announcement dates. Follow those announcement dates. Find the website. I'll tell you later on what it is that shows you what those announcement dates are. Okay. All right. So it's another hint. Find sectors, and you can go in and invest in. Read about them, what they're working on, if they're close. Sometimes it's only a gamble. If you got a share that's at $4, a stock that's $4 a share, one of these pharmaceutical companies, right? Say what? Maybe buy 100 shares. $400, I can blow that on a weekend. Okay? You do. Or a week doing some bullshit. So you might take a chance and buy 100 shares. It might go nowhere, or to hit a cure, it could take off. Okay, make up for the others. It's like penny stock, sort of, but a little less risky than penny stock. Okay, so that's my hint for this week. Hope you learned something this week. Some of these stocks were speculative, like GUSH, oil and gas ETFs, and that Nikola stock speculative. But I'm glad some of you guys made money on it. You're welcome. All right. Have a great week. We're going to keep doing this next week. You're going to learn something eventually, okay? Hope I can help you all. I want my site, my YouTube channel to be beneficial. I want you guys to learn something. I want you guys to make that money, all right? Thank you for listening. Talk to you next week. I'm going to keep monitoring this, but I might give you 3 more on Monday. We'll see, all right? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up.